Much of political discourse, our institutions and our nation's businesses have been so captured by wokeness that it's a bloody wonder that any of them can sodden sleep. The Times reports that the Brighton and Sussex University Hospitals NHS Trust is the first in the country to formally implement a gender-inclusive language policy for its maternity services department. Staff have been instructed that breast milk should be replaced with the phrases human milk, breast/chest milk, or milk from the feeding mother or parent. And if you don't have breasts and are trying to feed your child through your nipple, 1, I imagine you're in for a world of pain, and 2, what the is wrong with you? Other changes include replacing the use of the word woman with woman or person, and father with parent, co-parent, or second biological parent, depending on the circumstances. It's an attack on motherhood dressed up as inclusivity. This isn't inclusive, it's exclusive of all women in the UK. A policy document released this week says that staff shouldn't use the word woman or other terms describing motherhood, but they should instead consciously start adding in the word people and other more inclusive language. The report actually says that gender identity can be a source of oppression and health inequality. Now, the department have said on Twitter that it's years of work. Years of work. I'm sorry, but we keep hearing that the NHS is understaffed and underfunded. But if yous can spend years of time and taxpayer cash on coming up with this complete and utter tosh, then might I kindly suggest that we should do away with fewer diversity and inclusion teams in the NHS and way more in the way of doctors and nurses that are actually useful to the population. Can you imagine being a midwife that's delivered thousands of babies over the years, that's dedicated your life to serving the healthcare of women and babies, only to be told that you're effectively cancelled for refusing to change your language, that we've used forever by the way, and for refusing to deny that biological sex exists in the name of inclusivity? It's extraordinary. And actually, you know what? I just said midwives. I've probably been cancelled now, as it surely, what would it be? Mid-people. And this all comes, by the way, as the UK Parliament attempts to pass a maternity leave bill so that ministers who are pregnant can actually take maternity leave. And in this legislation, it talks about pregnant people, not women. This is all cartoon, and it shouldn't be encouraged by the seat of power in our country. And actually, we should be alarmed that it is. Trans people aren't asking for this, right? Trans people are asking for better access to mental health services, for shorter waiting lists, for streamlined costs and services, and frankly, to be left alone by a PC culture that seems to be doing all it can to chip away at the acceptance, tolerance and support for trans people in wider society. And how do you tell your doctor that you've got breast pain and you need to get your breasts checked? Do you say that you've got chest pain out of fear of being cancelled and place your health at risk? Just what's going on here? Beyond the sort of hilarity of it, my first instinct was to laugh, but it's actually all very serious. You know, the rights and identity of women are being erased to give a relentless focus to the rights and identity of a very small but vocal and powerful trans lobby. And not all trans people, as I say, it must be said, are wanting all of this. Of course we should respect trans people, but changing the meaning of words, eradicating sex, that's not progress, that's regressing. That isn't lifting others up, it's shutting women down. If sex doesn't exist, then same-sex attraction doesn't exist. Being gay doesn't exist. Single-sex spaces don't exist if sex doesn't exist either. So women-only changing rooms and things like that don't exist. That's why all of this matters. Words have meaning. We have words for a reason. And midwives have been told to say chest feeding instead of breastfeeding. And all of these things are supposed to be more trans-friendly. And we ought to actually, I think, take a stand and say, we're going to protect our language and the tools that we use to communicate with each other and have done for God knows how long, and stand up for the rights that women have fought for to win for hundreds and hundreds of years. The people that give birth to our children are called women. And I, for one, refuse to see them excluded so easily by an intolerant mob in the name of inclusivity. I'm Darren Grimes for Reasoned UK. Reasoned relies upon grassroots donations from people like yourself that want us to continue producing our high quality, free thinking content. So please do consider clicking the link and donating, no matter how big, no matter how small, because it really does ensure that we can keep on keeping on.